Hey, Facebook. Happy Monday.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the live Q&A. We were just chatting with Instagram before we came on with you.
Yeah, their Instagram's so pushy. They've got to be first. You know how it is. But what we were talking about is first of all, today's Monday. There won't be another Q&A for 2 weeks. Okay, and then when I come back, then we'll be doing Q&As for about, for about 10 days. And then I'm off to Anaheim, where I'm doing a lecture for TTAC called Create the Perfect Day. And I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to blow the lid off that thing, okay, with this. This lecture is going to be riveting. It's going to be revolutionary, and I truly mean it. If you have the time to come online and watch this 45-minute lecture, or make your way to Anaheim. I'm lecturing on Friday, I think it's the 12th, at around 3:45 in the afternoon, and I promise you that I will give the most dynamic lecture of my life.
I think it's on October 11th at 3:45.
Yeah. Okay. Was that what?
October 11th at 3:45, I think.
There you go. Yeah. 11th. Okay. All right. So anyways, we're going to answer all your questions today. We're going to do it live. If you've got questions, like I said, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, put them in. We've got somebody monitoring it. So you got questions, you know what? We're here for you. And I was just saying before we started this, and this is my one-a-day today, the healer matters. And so here's the thing. It's like a triangle, right? Okay? So you've got the modality, and you got the healer, and you got the patient. Right?
Trinity.
That's right. It's the Trinity, and it needs to work together. Now, the healer matters. What if you went to a healer that didn't know what you were, okay? Didn't know that you were a light energy being, didn't know that they should give you back your power, didn't know that they should help you to become the master of your mind and your body? Oh, well, that would be almost a lot of practitioners out there. I was going to say almost all of them, but that's a lot, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so how many practitioners don't even know that they're supposed to give you back your power? How many practitioners don't even know they're supposed to train you, not treat you, because they're going to end up mistreating you if it goes on for too long, okay? Because it's a broken relationship. Because the most important relationship you're ever going to have is with yourself from the minute you wake up until you go to bed.
Totally. Should we get to the questions?
Let's do it.
Okay. So first one is from John Hennessy. Abby, it's about me, okay. Abby does an amazing job. Doc, you've trained her so well. Would you consider starting a once-a-week show called Abby Talk? It could be a show where Abby showcases your products and how to use them and what it can do for your body. She is very knowledgeable. Thank you, John. Blushing.
That's great.
So sweet.
It is great, and she's worth it. But here's the reality, John. We're going to try to avoid not talking about products. And when somebody asks us about a product or it's important in a treatment, we're going to talk about it. So we're going to leave it to the Q&As.
Yeah.
If we start doing a product show, then anybody new that comes along will think that we have motives that aren't true blue. And I'd rather have less sales, okay, and more people that want to follow us and believe in us and believe in our message. I think you feel the same way, don't you?
Yeah, definitely.
But you know what? Abby's here. If you've got questions on products, you go ahead and ask her. But we want you to understand something. I had somebody actually send an email in to me and say, Dr. Wolfe, it's amazing. I've never seen a show like yours where there's no commercials. Well, that's right. And that's how it's going to stay. All right? There's not going to be any commercials. All right.
All right. Thank you, John. And thank you again for the compliment.
Really?
Next one from Julie Arnold. Can you suggest something for focusing and memory? Thank you.
I'll let you take care of that.
Yeah. So really important is making sure that your brain is saturated with DHA and the omega-3s from like ocean essential fatty acids. That's one of the biggest things to help your brain function properly. SAC ionic calcium, of course, is going to help. We want to be drinking lots of structured water. And then I would also suggest the Divine Vine and the ATP Plus, because those are going to give you so much energy, and they really focus on memory and having good clarity and mental focus. Any other things that you would suggest?
Well, here's my 2 cents. A busy mind is not a thinking mind.
Mm-hmm.
And a monkey mind, jumping from one thing to the next. And actually, all you need to do is when you feel that way and you feel like you can't focus, take these products, because everything is about light, guys. I'm going to keep saying it. I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it. Everything's about light. Mm-hmm. All these products that Abby just mentioned are all about increasing your light. Okay, so I would also lighten up. Okay, and the reality is this. Why don't you just close your eyes and picture light coming from your brain? Okay, because watch how fast that works in helping you to think calmer, be calmer. Connect to your lion heart breathing. 6 seconds in and hold for a second and then 7 seconds out. But just understand this. What I need you to do is put a little mini you on your shoulder and mind your own business, okay? Mind your own business for every day for 33 days. That's called the awakening. And see how often you worry about things that are none of your business and things you can't change. And did you ever notice something? Every time that there's something truly wrong in your life, you're taking massive action. And when you made it up and it's an illusion, okay, you're just terrorizing yourself. You'll see that you're not really taking action, but you're trying to figure something out that doesn't need figuring out. Okay.
Yeah. Some other things too that can, because lots of times if even you have a little bit of brain fog, you're not going to be able to focus or think very clearly, of course. So I find fasting and changing up your diet with intermittent fasting, even if you do a 24-hour fast like once a week, or even try to do a 3-day fast, your mind is going to clear so quickly. And then the Love Band.
Yeah, 3, 2, 1. I got this. Snap right back into the present moment. That's the only place that you are ever doing anything that is creating what we would call a beautiful day is when you're in the present moment.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
no dumpster diving.
Yeah. Every time your mind wanders, just bring it back.
And for those of you who are want to really bring your game up, energy medicine is going to be the leading thing that's coming. And take a look at Avicen, the interview I did in the library, in the Light and Color Guide, and you will actually see an interview I did. And this device creates more microcirculation, which means more flow, and in the body, 100% more than any other device that we know of on this planet to date. All right?
All right. Thank you so much for your question. Next one is from Lori Parker. A comment. I got a wristband. It keeps me on track to keep a loving self with diet, etc. I hope you sell them with words of hope and love.
Actually, what we're doing is we're actually creating the bands right now, and the bands are going to say 3, 2, 1. I got this, okay, and then just Braveheart, okay, and that's what they're going to say. So. We're going to be creating those bands for people, all right? And then we're actually going to be putting those bands around cards, and we're going to be launching this at the TTAC, and anybody who watches the show will actually get Braveheart free anywhere around the world. So we're hoping that hundreds of thousands, maybe even a couple million people will actually do Braveheart. What would happen if you actually got even just a small percentage of 15% of the population totally loving themselves? Well, you'd have a tsunami of peace and change on this planet, because you're never going to change anyone else. You need to be the change.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. I love that. I can't wait to wear the new band. Next question from Katia, and she asks, states, very useful information. Thank you both, and great job, Abby, on quitting the drinking. By the way, where can I get the 3, 2, 1 I got this wristbands?
Okay, so we just answered that.
That's so funny.
And we will have them within the next probably 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And
until then, you can just use a hairband.
Yeah, and we will be giving okay, your dollar store will do much more. That's so that's all it takes. You know what? It's not the expense; it's the power. Okay. And when you take personal action, that is the most powerful thing you will ever do in your life. I cannot do what you can do for yourself. So please, just ask yourself today why you won't love yourself totally. Okay?
All right. Next one from Deb And she asks, I am menopausal. Ever since the hot flashes became more frequent and intense, my energy level has decreased. What can I do to help this? Thank you, and it was an honor to meet you in Toronto.
I'll let Abby answer this, but I'm just going to tell you what a hot flash is. A hot flash is a physical block. So a hot flash is a physical block that started off as emotional block. And it means that your light energy is not flowing throughout your body. Your lymph, your blood, and the invisible, which is your light energy, which is what you truly are, is not flowing. You've got enough physical blocks in your body to slow down your light energy. And when you do that, you build up corruptive energy because everything needs to flow. Okay, so what happens with a beaver dam? You back everything up, don't you? You slow the flow down. Then everything downstream is not getting what it needs, right? Okay, and then you're building up all this garbage behind the physical block. All right, so, first thing you got to do is you got to look at the Holy Grail. You got to look at the bowel. And you know what? She said it was menopausal?
Yeah.
Well, understand something, and please do not throw tomatoes at me. There is no such thing as menopausal symptoms, except there is because there's going to be hormonal changes, but your body can handle that if you were to lighten the load on all levels. Abby?
Yeah. So with menopause and hot flashes, your body's like creating a fever because you need to get rid of the toxins because your period normally would be getting rid of everything, right? So
that's why women live longer and handle more pain because they have a monthly period.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So when going through menopause, the fever is coming out for that reason. So first things first, to put out a fire, we want structured water. So making sure you're staying really, really hydrated with structured water. Really take a look at the perfect day and do intermittent fasting. Really good for helping to balance hormones. And then I would be also taking a look at the SAC, calcium, the Divine Vine, humic acid, and those are all going to help with balancing the hormones
and the
regulating
magnesium.
And magnesium, yes.
And it's not because you're magnesium deficient, it's because you are pulling too much calcium from your bones. Remember that any time that you're on fire and you're having hot flashes, you are drawing calcium from your bones like you wouldn't believe. And calcium doesn't leave the body. It actually makes you stiff as a board or creates gallstones, kidney stones, or calcium stones in your breast. Okay? All right.
Yeah. So the magnesium will help regulate the calcium as well. So that's why it's so important. And it's going to just relax everything too. So it's going to calm you down and keep your moods more balanced as well.
And just understand something, that if you were to go on the perfect day diet and then you were to really embrace fasting and you were to...
fasting would be
well,
amazing.
What people don't understand is you're taking the load off your digestive tract, but what you're doing is you're feeding your spirit. Because when you don't become as physically focused, now you're light energy being. Now you're focusing on the invisible. Mm-hmm. Okay, so the invisible is what you truly are. So you bring up your light, okay, and you melt these physical blocks.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? A lot of people are going to have all kinds of physical blocks because of cesareans, because they have adhesions, or they're just been constipated and inflammation caused adhesions. Okay, or because you don't even know it, and you've got spider webbing fibroids all throughout your pelvis that are already damming things up, okay? And this is why you need to look at the Wolfe non-surgical, because there's nothing like it, and we're going to teach you, write this down and remind us, but we will have it done within about 3 weeks, and we're going to be talking about how to do pelvic expansion. And if you can open up your pelvis, you're opening up the holy grail of Hormone Central. Mm-hmm. All right.
Another thing with fasting too, look at Fasting for Perfect Health in the Detox library. There is a section in there where it talks about how amazing it is for hormonal balance, whether it be from menopause, PCOS, just painful periods, whatever you're going through with a hormonal irregularity. A 14 to 21 day fast completely resets everything. So check that out. And thank you so much for your question.
And I'll just add one little thing again, because I'm trying to really help train everybody out there, okay? Because what you did was you went and you brought the light switch back up. Okay? Understand something. Wherever you find pain in the body, the light has come down. The light energy has come down. The frequency has come down. Bring up the light energy. Okay? Try to lighten up. Okay?
All right. Next one from Marilyn. Please advise as to hypertension. Do I discontinue the high blood pressure pills during fasting?
Okay, first of all, I want anyone who's dealing with any type of medication to deal with your doctor, your medical doctor. Okay, that's their responsibility, and they're there and they're responsible for you. And understand something, and you're responsible for your healing of your body. And me, I'm not allowed to tell you what to do, but I will tell you that high blood pressure, nobody dies from it. And high blood pressure is like somebody standing on a hose. The same amount of water needs to come through the hose, so it has to come through at a higher pressure. And the reality is that you emotionally, what's getting to you? What's your big pressure in your life on an emotional level? And then take a look at your bowels. Are they slow? Because the biggest artery in the body is the large intestine. And when it starts to get clogged up and slow down, it dumps into the blood. And why are you so acidic? Okay, so do you drink alcohol? Do you smoke cigarettes? Are you a sugar junkie? Okay, or are you just a stress monkey?
Good. All right. So anybody fasting, go to your medical doctor about your medications, because we are not medical doctors to be able to advise you on anything for that. So.
And I have to tell you, once you get hooked on drugs, yeah. The more drugs you take, the longer you take, the more the hooks are in you. And I'm not going to try to get those hooks out of you. I will tell you that people that are on a lot of drugs have forgotten their natural source of what they are.
Yeah.
Okay?
Thank you so much for your question. Next one is from Rebecca. My neighbor is 90 years old, and their doctor says he is 90% sure the masses they have found in her lungs are cancerous. How can she get rid of them? They are wanting her to do surgery, of course.
Okay, first of all, I can say right off the bat, I would get a second and third opinion. Mm-hmm. And a surgeon will always opt to do surgery because they've been taught that surgery cures. And I'm not saying it doesn't. Use your own head, use your own judgment. And remember, with every surgery, there's more scar tissue. And wherever there's scar tissue, especially in a 90-year-old woman, and if she's got tumors, those are blocks. Understand, she's got 30 more throughout her body. Now, has anybody even thought about getting rid of the other 30 blocks that are throughout her body that would be slowing up her light energy, her blood, her lymph, and her flow? Has anybody even told her that she's a self-healing mechanism? Has she forgotten that? And the other thing is that I'm not telling her not to have the surgery. And I'm just saying sometimes, it could be dangerous at 90 years old. And what condition is she in? And if she believes that the surgery is going to help her, that's really going to help if she does the surgery. And if she fears the surgery, then she might want to go and get a second and third opinion. Yeah. And the reality is, when you deal with older people, you get younger people like when in this case you'd have the children and the grandchildren not wanting to stress out, so they'll be pushing her for the surgery because they can't handle the stress because they've never been taught to calm the hell down. Mm-hmm. So I've seen that before. So everybody needs to calm down, take a breath, and just make sure that you're taking enough time to make a God-given logical decision. But remember something, I guarantee you that this little lovely lady isn't even hydrating properly. Does she know about nebulizing? Does she know about a Navicin? I was talking to just a lady from New York, and her father, he's 90. This is like coincidental. I swear, it's just happened like an hour ago. And I said, well, get him on the curcumin cayenne 5000. Want to reduce the inflammation, the infection, and, make sure his bowels are moving, hydrate him, get him on the perfect day. But when he's 90 years old, you know that he's resting a lot more. Mm-hmm. He's not as active. So why don't you get him an Avicin, and please, this isn't called the sales pitch time, but you might as well know this. I said, so it's $4,000, so it's $3,500. but that $3,500 is going to be more beneficial. It'll increase his circulation 100% more than anything else we know of, and it'll reduce his pain and bring up his energy levels. And he can do it like a half an hour, 4 to 6 times a day, and he's going to feel better. There's no two ways about it, because you can't increase. It'll increase the microcirculation by 66%, which is 100% more than any other device, energy medicine device on the planet. And we've got the research to prove it. So I said, why don't you get him to just do that? So go passive and help him out.
Yeah, because especially at that age, they're not going to be doing a lot of movement or activity to really get things moving. So that's when the energy medicine equipment is so amazing.
And you just don't know. You don't know how much EMF is
exposure
where they
going on.
live, how much exposure, are the chemicals in, what chemicals are in the house. You know, there's just so many factors, unless somebody wants to do a perfect day consultation, or if they have a really chronic problem, then we'll go deeper, right?
And the nebulizing is so big for that. That's going to give her a lot of relief in her lungs. And using essential oils, put lots of like lung restore, peppermint on the chest.
And when you're 90 years old and you've got a bunch of family, like you've got all these children and grandchildren who are so dumbed down, and I did say dumbed down, I didn't say they were dumb, I said dumbed down because they are dumbed down. Because you know what, I'm going to tell you something. We are only focused on the physical. This is just one big piece of meat to be chopped up, okay? And until the day that we understand that we are energy light beings, and if everybody that came into the house or came around this 90-year-old woman had a smile on their face and was actually bringing something healthy and giving healthy tips, or taking her out for sunshine, or watching a funny movie with her, or putting on music that she used to dance to when she was a teenager, we'd see things change, okay? But no, we're not going to do that because we are just dumbed down.
Yeah. And I find lots of the times people start treating older people like they're
invalids.
Yes, exactly.
Invalids.
So it's like...
It's disgusting.
Yeah.
It's disgusting how we treat older people. That's all I want to say.
There's still a innocent child in there.
Oh, my God. You know what? I don't care who you are out there, what age you are. There's just a little girl or a little boy that wants to come out and play and have a hug and say, yes, you're beautiful. Okay? All right?
All right. Thank you so much for your question. Next is from Lori Parker. What is a pelvic expander?
We will show you in a video. You know what? The most important thing that we can do is to do videos and then show them right. I don't want to give out, you know what? For one thing, you know what? Look at the information we give out. Now, the one thing that I noticed is a long time ago, if we don't give out the information properly, then people don't do it right. It comes back and it slaps us in the face. So I'll definitely, we'll do a beautiful video, and then you'll have it, and then it'll be a gift to everybody. Okay?
All right. Thanks, Lori. And the next one is from her as well. Can you please post a list of what to buy for fasting so people have it before group fast? Thank you.
It's already in the...
Yeah, if you download the Fasting for Perfect Health Guide, it's all
in the
library
library
for you.
It's in the library.
Next one from Estee Awada. What are the reason for hormonal migraines during your menstrual cycle?
Acidity, low oxygen, okay? Low oxygen levels, and the acidity creates low calcium as well. So you're pulling on your bones and you're dehydrated. You really have to drink a lot more water. And
really look at your food choices during your cycle and before your cycle, because that
why don't
if
you
you're
look at
eating a lot of sugary things or lots of carby foods, like your cravings, right? So if you're eating a lot of those things, you're gonna get a headache from the after effects.
And here's the deal. I haven't met anybody that's not a stress monkey, unless they've really worked and done something like Braveheart and did it 3 times, or came to our whole life coach certification. I'll tell you right now, 999 people out of 1,000 are stressing themselves into the grave every day. They are. You're stressing yourself into the grave. You know, it's not what's going on in your life. It's how you're dealing with it, and understanding something, understanding the big picture. The big picture is to hold the line of love for yourself, no matter who's suffering or what's going on. But you've been so taught that he who suffers or she who suffers the most is the one who loves the family the most. Well, then that makes me the least loving person in my family, because I'm going to keep my act together and I'm going to go, can I take action? Should I take action? No, this person needs to work on this themselves. Or no, I need to take action and I need to help this person. And no matter what the situation, the more I suffer, it's going to help someone else? No, you're just not human, Darrell. Okay, all right. I don't want to be human. I'm a light energy being. I'm just here having a physical experience. That's all. I'm not going to crumble. And let's see today something that used to make you crumble. Let's see if you can stay connected to your breath. Put your hand on your heart and go, 3, 2, 1, I got this.
Thank you so much. Next one is from Sherry. Atrial fibrillation, how to fix it?
Mm-hmm. We're talking about the same thing again. Your heart's gasping for air. Mm-hmm. That's what it's doing. It's gasping for air. So how's the panic attacks and anxiety attacks? Oh, I don't have any. Well, that's because you have them for so long. They're part of you.
It's just your lifestyle.
It's your lifestyle. And dehydration again. Mm-hmm. Same thing we just talked about. Exactly same thing.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to tell you something. These are not diseases. These are symptoms of the same thing.
Yeah. And really look at the Braveheart, incorporate the breathing, really get connected to your breath, the Lionheart breathing technique, 6 seconds in, 7 seconds out. Also magnesium, calcium, of course, because the magnesium is going to calm you down, try to help release some of that anxiety and stress. Curcumin cayenne?
Yeah, and make a list right now of the things that bring you joy and the things that stress you out, and get those off the list. Oh, wow, that's Aunt Martha. Well, get her off the list. What is she doing coming over? Why do you take her phone calls? Why do you feel you have to call her? Because she's family. Oh, yeah, that's right. Family means love. Oh, yeah, corrupted love. Okay, next.
Okay, next is from Honey Rosie 01. What do you think of spontaneous healing, where people heal completely without actual physical interventions?
Well, that's when you tap into the light energy source that you are, and you do it. And guess what happens? You then fall out of that you've been tapped into, and it's gone again. Where'd it go? Well, because you didn't hold the light. You didn't hold the frequency, right? So that's what happens. Well, I was doing good, but then, I had some stress in my life, and then I went back to smoking, toking, alcohol, and doing heroin. So, the reality is that you will be healed, okay, when you can honor and love yourself and know one thing. What is that, Abby? That the subconscious is 90% of your brain. Mm-hmm. And guess what? 70% of the beliefs in there are negative. Did you get that? That's not my study. 70% of the beliefs in the majority of the population are negative. And I mean majority, like only 1 out of 10,000 doesn't have. So 70% of your beliefs are negative and they're not yours. So don't ask yourself why you're having a struggle. So we need to learn how to become the master of that, right? Okay, there it is.
Okay, thank you so much, honey. And next is from Lime of My Life. Did you say fulvic or folic acid? We've been talking about fulvic acid, not folic.
And also, that's Lime of My Life. I hope that you're a business and you're helping people. I hope you didn't call this Lyme of your life because you have Lyme's disease. Everything is a vibration, okay? Did you ever notice when you talk down on yourself or you talk negative? So I don't know if this is a positive, but if that's a positive affirmation, good for you. But I don't know.
Yeah, I was looking at that too. We want positive reinforcement. If you say Lyme of my life,
you might want to look at
how can you eliminate it from your life?
And you might want to look at the value that you place on yourself. Okay? All right.
Thank you for your question. Next one is from Gerber Pure Lap on YouTube. How about psoriasis? Is it reversible or curable? And how long would that take? Thanks. Thank you for your devotion and love for people and health.
Well, first of all, psoriasis is a fungal problem, and it starts from the large intestine, okay? But it actually started from your mouth, okay? Antibiotics, sugars, alcohol, the same things, even glutens, but it's actually fungus. And what happens is the yeast that was in your bowel got not converted, but perverted into fungus. When the fungus is no longer yeast and becomes fungus, oh, you're going to love this one. I really want you to listen to this one, guys. Really try to take this one home. You're not supposed to have fungus until you're dying, okay? So I'm 63 years old. There's no brown spots on me, okay? I'm not some old moldy, goldy banana, all right? And that's what, age spots, sunspots. These are all mold, okay? So you're not supposed to have them. That's not true. Everybody, yeah, I know everybody does. But you're not supposed to. Just because everybody has something doesn't mean it's right. And just because I said something, you never heard it before, doesn't make it wrong. And guess what? You better find out why there's a huge lineup and there's a guy running across the field the other way. And it's not because he has to go take a crap in the woods. He just thought about something that you didn't. Okay, so here's the deal. So fungus, when it's a yeast, it helps everything. We do want yeast. It helps to break things down. When it becomes a fungus, it becomes a drill. And it drills holes right through your intestine. So now you got the poop going into your blood. Now you got protein particles going in, gluten going into your blood. Now you've got glyphosate going into your blood. You got all these chemicals, heavy metals going into your blood. But the fungus gets into your blood and it goes throughout. Where's the blood go? Everywhere, except where the physical blocks are. And where the physical blocks are and where the circulation is the lowest, what are you going to get? Fungus. Brown spots. Yes. Okay, so now you've got mold throughout your whole body. Now you're an oldie, moldy, goldie. Okay, so how are you going to get rid of it? Well, we got to go back to where we started. And that would be at the supermarket. Stop buying those things. Stop drinking the alcohol. Stop taking the antibiotics. Okay, only bring love home, bring health home. No more junk home. Then let's make sure that we go in here and let's do things that are going to bring up the oxygen, the light. Let's get the poop chute cleaned. Okay, and remember something. You can do all the fungal cleanses you want, but until you bring up your vibration, you've created an environment for, if you have fungus, you also have worms. Oh, wait a minute, if you've got fungus and worms, you got bad bacteria. Oh, wait a minute, if you got fungus, worms, and bad bacteria, you got bad viruses. So there you go. All right, it's a parasite party. So the idea isn't to go after the fungus. The idea is to go after you being a light energy being and bringing yourself up to such a high vibration that nothing low vibrational can live in you, and that could mean your mother-in-law might not be living with you anymore either, or your brother-in-law, or your sister, or somebody else. Do you understand? So the more that we clear and we bring ourselves up and we honor and respect ourselves, then we're going to heal. So understand that fungus, it's also an emotion. Okay? Because everything is an emotion before, so the invisible creates the physical. There you go. Anything you want to say?
What gets under your skin?
What gets under your skin will make you lose or win.
Yeah. And with psoriasis, you really want to focus on the gut first and foremost, like Dr. Wolfe was saying. Really, really look at cleansing that first.
Daily cleansing too.
Any skin condition is rooted in the gut first and foremost. So cleansing the gut, liver, and kidneys, those ones are all related to skin.
What would they use?
So the daily cleansing tea. Tummy Love, those are the
Tummy
main
Love
ones.
is beyond any good bacteria, is beyond any fungal buster, bacteria buster, viral buster. I don't think anything's been created like that, and I would like you to challenge me on that, because when it comes to daily cleansing tea and Tummy Love, we've never seen anything orchestrate the large intestine as these two products.
Black gold in your smoothies.
Yeah.
I would highly recommend also doing the HGH and SON formula because of the amino acids that are in them. It really boosts your collagen and elastin production. Really good for the skin and repairing the gut. And curcumin cayenne to bring down that infection and get rid of some of that, or get rid of all that inflammation.
And then what I want you to do is I want you to be patient.
Yeah.
I want you to be patient. You're alive, okay? And what your mind is going to want you to do is get impatient and say this isn't working, just so that you stop the protocol. Because the longer you have had a disease, becomes an appendage. Tell me it doesn't. How many people do you know, okay? Their sickness is their best friend, okay? Oh, wait a minute. You have to have a sick mind before a sick body. Oh, wait a minute, but they weren't their thoughts. That's right. I'm not putting the blame on them. I'm just saying that's the name of the game, okay? And understand something. I'm going to keep hitting you with this light thing, okay? Did you know that underneath your fingernails, you're emitting light out continually? Did you know that your light runs your mitochondria and decides how much ATP you need, and it creates the whole thing? Did you know that your DNA, okay, emit light continually that leaves the body and goes out into your biofield, which is, they call it an aura, which people who are religious go, oh my God, don't talk about that. Well, that's why, because you got sucker punched, because that's your spirit. You came here with that. You're going to leave with that. Look at, remember Iron Man? Mm-hmm. Well, if what was his name?
Tony Hawk. Or no, oh my God, it's not it at all. What is his name? Oh
What's
my
his
goodness.
name? Iron Man.
Tony Stark.
No, his real name.
Oh.
Robert Downey.
That.
Okay, Robert Downey Jr. Okay. Now we'll get back to this, okay? Because now you just lost the whole train of thought, Abby. God. Okay, no, I'm kidding.
Robert Downey Jr.
Okay, so now Iron Man. What is the Iron Man suit without Robert Downey Jr.?
Just a big thing of iron.
It's just a suit. When he gets in it, what is it?
It's his machine. It's his superpower. He's Iron Man.
Okay, so guess who I am? I'm Light Man. Okay, let me say something. You're a light woman. Okay, so understand something. When you embrace that you are a light energy source and that without the light, you'd be dead. Okay, so until the light came into the physical matter, which was in my mother, which was this little thing. Did you ever hear the zinc spark? Do you know how life was created? Was the zinc spark. Was my little spirit came in, and it's called a zinc spark, that went in and it sparked the egg, and that was the first sign of life. Go look it up on YouTube if you don't believe me. So whenever you guys are done talking about, oh my God, don't talk about auras, that's like letting in the devil. Let me tell you something. That is the real you. The invisible you is the real you. Your physical body is not even 1% of you. So everything almost gives off light. Did you know that every cell in your human body gives off light? And the day it doesn't give off light, you've left here. Okay, you've left.
You took that light with you.
Yeah, you were, what's his name? I don't know. The light guy. Gone. Okay, and I'm going to tell you something too. There's a lot of videos showing this. So there was a gentleman, and he's got a brain tumor, and they knew it was going to pass on. So they got very powerful Carillion photography, okay? And the moment of him, what we call dying, which nothing dies, like Tony Stark jumps out of his suit. Someday I'm going to jump out of mine, okay? At that very second, there was a bolt of light that came out of his head and went straight up. What would that be?
Right out of his crown.
What would that be?
Spirit.
That would be his spirit. So you need to get this. You are a universal traveler having an earth experience, okay? No more. I just love this part. Death, disease, divorce, dying. All of it. You know, it's all those D's, you know what I mean? And it's all that. Look at, enjoy and love your body, but you are not this body, okay? And stop disrespecting it, all right? Look at, I'm going to tell you something. There's so many factions out there, from your government to the medical systems to some religions, that don't want you to honor your spirit. You know what? When I was raised, I know I'm off track, but when I was raised, I was raised in a real staunch born-again Christian family. And you know what? The only thing about spirit was something out here, right? Okay? It was not us. We were unholy. Okay? You are not unholy. I don't care what you've done. okay, you're totally forgiven. And the day that you totally forgive yourself, that's the best mental detox you'll ever do in your life. You want to get rid of fungus? Totally forgive yourself and everybody else on the planet and become a light being, and you won't have to take another product. Try that one. Okay? And who am I?
Light man.
Light man.
Light woman.
All right.
Next one is from Pina2920.
I bet you're glad that we're not going to be back for 2 weeks.
Guys are probably sick of us. Okay.
All right.
If my husband has dandruff or dry scalp, his father also has bad dandruff to where he needs medical shampoo. What is the cause fix? Thank you for all your tips. You guys rock.
It's not genetics, because we already know that there was a genome project. And I'm really sorry, guys, but go out and tell your doctors that they don't know what they're talking about. And you know how you can go online and pay the money to find out the genetic coding from the history of all your family? Well, that's not true either. Well, it's only true if you act like they do. If you eat like they do, think like they do, talk like they do, play like they do, say like they do, well, then you'll be in doo-doo. But if you don't do what they do and you learn to become your authentic self, then you will not have that happen.
That was good. I like that.
All right.
Some things that you can do for the dry scalp dandruff. Dry skin.
Start drinking water.
Yeah.
Because you know, when you have dandruff, I'm going to let you take this.
Yeah.
I don't mean to cut you off.
That's fine.
Well, maybe I do. No, I don't. So when you have dandruff, that's because you're a flake. Oh, no, it isn't. It's because you're flaking off
dry.
inside your intestines.
You're
Take it
dried
away
up.
there, Abby.
So hydrate with structured water. Clean up your diet. I don't know what you're eating, but definitely get rid of the things that we know are causing dandruff, like the sugars, the gluten, the dairy. Ocean essential fatty acids are huge because he might not have enough oils to make his skin nice and hydrated and moisturized.
And guess what else? What else should we be doing?
I was going to get to the dry skin brushing of the scalp, cocoa salt
I would get
clothes.
some structured moringa, and I would
use that
I
on
would
the scalp?
put it in my scalp.
Yeah.
And then I would
The hair restore also.
I would do this for 20 minutes on my scalp. Why? Because that
Circulation.
stimulates
Stem cells, circulation. It's going to bring so much light energy into the scalp, but it's also going to scare away all the things that are living in the scalp, because we have like hair mites. There's so many different things that we don't even know are living in our hair. Makes me feel a
okay.
little gross right now.
If you want, I think I
Hair
saw one
mites.
jump.
I know,
Okay.
right?
If you want the best scalp ever, then do the patting and the clapping, and do the moringa oil in your scalp.
If you
okay?
mix the hair restore with the moringa oil, it
Boom.
helps so good too, because there's some
it's gonna be
blends
over.
in there
You'll
that
be done.
help restore the moisture in your scalp as well.
But what about helping that large intestine? Daily cleansing tea, tummy love, right?
Yeah.
Ocean essentials, and I'd say it's over.
Yeah.
Okay. But the other thing is you're just not drinking any water. I mean, I bet this is. I guarantee you, if your scalp is dry, you're doing this in the morning. I know what's in there. I gotta get it out.
Okay, thank you for your question. Next one again is from Lyme of My Life. Thoughts on using SOT to treat Lyme disease. I don't know what SOT is.
I don't know what SOT is.
If you can send in what the long version of SOT is, then we can answer that question. Thank you so much. Next one is from a Rose_M_Simonera. Hi, Dr. Wolfe. What supplements are good to take post-birth to help hormones go back into place? So after just giving birth, you for sure, like if you didn't take the SIC ionic calcium,
Which you should have.
yeah, throughout your pregnancy, because you lose, what is it, the equivalent to 1/2 of calcium
Yeah,
to
you
make
do.
the baby. So the calcium product's going to really make sure that your displaced calcium is getting back into
And
your
it's the
bones.
only product that works. So every other calcium, show me another calcium that even works on the planet.
Yeah.
I don't think you'll find that.
Yeah, and it really does help with hormonal balance. It's going to decalcify everything so that your hormones are actually able to be produced properly. The Divine Vine and humic acid, black gold,
And that's why
and the tea.
postpartum depression happens is because you're so nutritionally drained. It's dehydration. It's you gave up all the nutrients from your all-American meat and potato woman diet to the baby. Okay, all right. We have devitalized food now. That's what's happening, and also you don't realize it, but you didn't turn the EMF off at night. You didn't unplug everything around the bedroom. Right now, I'll tell you, everything needs to be turned off for a mother. You men need to take responsibility out there to make sure that the home is safe.
Yeah.
You don't have to protect against threats of anybody attacking the home back like thousands of years ago, but you're supposed to be protecting your children and your wife, but you don't, because we leave it up to the care of the woman. I don't know what the hell's happened to men. Okay.
Yeah, seriously.
No, seriously, it's a really bad thing.
Yeah.
These guys are like, the men have left the building.
Yeah.
Okay.
We need some real men back.
Really?
We should start a challenge, real men challenge. Give them
Yeah.
like a list of things that they should start doing.
Yeah, and it's not called
To
grow a
get-
beard for prostate
No.
problem. I mean, that has got to be the
Not
most
drink a
stupidest thing.
pack of beer and watch
Yeah.
the Super Bowl or whatever. But
Yeah.
I mean, those are all fun and whatever. But you need to protect your women, protect your children.
Yeah, and that's not going down because we can see what shape they're in. Okay.
Next one is from Iris, and how to cleanse from mold. So that again, it's following a perfect
First,
day
look
protocol.
at your home. Look at your home. Look at where you work.
Oh, this could be mold, like black mold in the home, or cleansing mold like fungus in the body.
Even if you've got mold in your body and there's any mold in your home.
Yeah, that's just like fire and fire.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, but there's a lot of people out there that don't throw food out when it should be thrown out. I don't eat leftovers.
It's honestly better to
I'm
not
not a
have any
leftover.
leftovers.
I'm not a leftover. Okay, any of you that eat leftovers, okay, that's how much you don't do that. You don't do that. It's different. I'm not talking about cooking up a bunch of chili or something and freezing it or putting it
that's
away.
different.
But when you come out and you heat it up and then you put it in the, I'll eat that for tomorrow. Are you like out of your loco? No, you don't do that. Leftovers are not good.
No.
They're
And-
devitalized.
Yeah.
And they go bad so fast because the lower the vibratory level, the more the critters take over.
Yeah.
As soon as something reaches a certain lower vibration, right away, things, you know what? When Light Man leaves this body, okay, what's going to happen? Instantaneously,
Bugs, critters.
the bugs are already in me. They're waiting. They're standing by. What do you actually think that when I die, there's a letter that goes out, they catch a plane, and they come to wherever I am in the world, and then they crawl inside my orifice. They pick one. Only one. No, the reality is that every bug that's going to eat me and make me back into soil is already in me waiting to be called attention. And when you take an antibiotic or you take these drugs that are out there or the glyphosate or the chemicals that are in your foods, the vibration's so low, it calls on them to rise. Surprise, surprise.
And that's like the same thing we were talking about, the fungus that had started as yeast that turned to fungus. That's the same fungus that's going to decompose you when we pass, right? So just got to keep the body clean. But yeah, so how can she cleanse from mold? So if it's mold in the house, of course you want to make sure your home has
Get an ozonator, check on our website.
Yeah.
You want to get, and we've got really great ozonators that are inexpensive. Inexpensive. And they'll do the trick. And I have one on every floor. Okay?
Yeah. And then if it's mold in your body, take a look at the perfect day. You need structured water.
Everything's vibration. Until you get rid of the issues in your tissues, then you will have blocks. Those blocks block the light. And give me any body that is illuminating light from every cell, and there is no dis-ease. That's it. So a body that has fungus has dimmed the light down, and that can be someone who is unworthy of God's love, unworthy of their family's love, unworthy of loving themselves. They don't talk nice or do nice things. I'm going to keep coming back to this stuff because everybody's going to go, well, he's just a whack job. Who cares? It's either we're trying to sell you products or we're trying to tell you to empower yourself. So I don't know if we can win here.
Yeah. I think we can.
Okay, we're going to try.
We're going to... Light woman and light man here to save the day.
But say it a little bit more.
Oh, more excited?
Like, light man.
Light woman. Okay. So I'm going to butcher this name. It's an Instagram name. Pegetadianpour. Hi, what can we do for fatty liver? Thanks. So coffee enemas are the best thing for your liver. Making sure you're not eating bad fatty foods.
But you got to do the daily cleansing
already.
tea if you're going to do the coffee enemas.
Yeah.
You know, because the coffee enemas are not a colon cleanser.
And is it non-alcoholic fatty liver or alcohol? Yeah. If you're drinking alcohol, you need to stop the alcohol.
And remember, a fatty liver is mainly from too much sugar anyways.
Yeah. And bad fats.
And bad fats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And take a look at the perfect day. You need to change the lifestyle to be more fresh and raw, whole plant-based, intermittent fasting. You can really cleanse the liver quickly. What is it that the liver regenerates? Is it 90 days?
Yeah. Yeah.
Every 90 days your liver regenerates. So once you're doing all the right things for it.
Well, it regenerates 90 days when you get out of your own way.
Yeah.
Okay? So you got to get out of your own way. So you know what? If you need help, we can... you know, if you want to call in, we can give you some tips, you know. Yeah.
Thank you so much for your question.
But like I tell everyone, why don't you just get a perfect day sometime?
Yeah.
You know. Okay.
Linda Ship Hamilton, you both really made my day. I love you both, and I'm so thankful that God and my higher self directed my path to you so that I can be gaining valuable tools to help me as I am rediscovering and embracing once again my true authentic self. I am excited to be on this journey. I feel like a child on Christmas morning, gifted with an awakened heart and mind and ready to get busier with being fully alive. I have really been missing me and have grown weary of keeping myself in darkness and angst. I am so happy to have stepped back into the light because I am healed, I am Braveheart. Thank you for your compassion and works of love. Oh, that was so sweet.
Thank you for loving you. Okay,
Awesome.
You've made the world a better place, and you've made it easier for other people. Mm-hmm. You know, what we're doing is we're pioneers. People that are getting into this self-love movement are pioneers, because 20 years ago you wouldn't have mentioned this. Mm-mm. Well, I did, but trust me, I did not fare well with it. But we're still going to hold the line.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Next is from Joe, and she just says that she loves all your information.
Thank you, Joe.
Next from Sherry, asking again, but how do I get rid of bacterial vaginosis? Missed the answer last time.
I'll let you take care of that, Abby.
Yeah, so first things first, we need to look at the large intestine. Watch the video from the other day too, just because we do talk about it. So we might have mentioned a couple things in there that.
Well, we did. We mentioned it.
Yeah, we mentioned everything. Okay. So taking care of your large intestine is the number one thing, because it is the stagnant waste that's been building up in there that leaks into your pelvic region, which causes rotting of the actual tissue in your vagina. So first things first, we want to cleanse the large intestine, the daily cleansing tea. Make sure we're drinking lots of structured water so that we're hydrated and everything's able to be eliminated properly. The tummy love, of course, as well, for your good bacteria, and that will also help to work on your bacteria of your whole body, not just your gut. So and that's your native bacteria, like we've always been talking about with the tummy love. That isn't a probiotic. It is rebuilding your actual microbiome from birth. And then you can do some suppositories with the fulvic eye drops, the Bright Eyes. And you want to use that because you don't want to...
Fulvic nano drops.
Yeah, you don't want to use the fulvic concentrate because it's dark in color. The fulvic eye drops, nano drops is what they're going to be called.
They're also smaller molecular size.
Yeah, it's a nanoparticle instead of the larger size, so it can get into the cells even deeper. So you're going to use that. You can use silver bullet gel, and then you can also use a bit of frankincense, like 1 or 2 drops, and then you can insert that with a syringe. So it's about a 2 millimeter syringe. You fill it up, and then elevate yourself so that way your bum's like angled and your legs are up, so that way it falls down, not leaks out. And then you can even put like a panty liner or whatever in, so that way it doesn't get anything messy when it does fall out. And do that, how many times a day would you say?
Well, it depends on the condition. And then the dosage may vary. So if you want to call in, always start with gentle baby steps with everything we do. And then, we've had people that have used a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and,
like up to like 25 drops. Even.
Yeah, and you know what? But and I've had them do 20 to 25 drops 3 times a day. But how about 10, 20 years of vaginitis or bladder infection or terrible smelling vagina, and it was gone the next morning.
Mm-hmm.
So understand something. I'm not exaggerating this. And the other thing is, picture tons of light. Okay, tons of light in that area of your body, okay? And tell me if that doesn't make you feel better.
Transformative meditation.
That's right. Meditation, prayer, contemplation, call it whatever you want.
All right, thank you so much for your question. Next one is from Steve. Mark, could you tell us about hair transplantation? Has side effects or not, please?
Well, I don't know. I guess you can do it. I mean, do whatever's going to make you feel good, but just know this. That the hair restore, okay, is really great. And even using the moringa oil with cayenne in it and rubbing that on your scalp, it'll burn a little bit, but that's going to get the circulation going. And then patting and clapping of the scalp will grow the hair back. But guess what grows the hair back faster than anything else? Avicen.
Microcirculation.
Within 3 to 6 months, you'll have double the thickness of hair. You'll be cutting your hair 2 to 3 weeks earlier all the time. So if you're okay with that, you'll be cutting your nails all the time because it's increased your microcirculation. And buddy, your microcirculation is dying in your head. That's what's happening if you really want to know. But yeah, whatever makes you happy, okay?
Yeah.
And just remember that even the implants create scar tissue.
That's what I was going to just say.
Okay, you go ahead and say it.
I would just want to get a full scalp treatment. If after the surgery's done and it's healed, I would be getting somebody to go on and do a full release of all the scar tissue in the scalp. So that way you have better circulation coming through, because over time that circulation is going to get cut off again and potentially you'll lose that hair again. So we want that circulation to be in there. That's why the Avicen is so amazing for that. But
and what you're going to find out here, okay, everyone, within 5 years, there's going to be these huge scientific researches that are going to be coming out, and they're going to be going, we figured it out. It's scar tissue in the body that creates all disease. Okay? But we'll all just wait and not do anything until the research is in. Okay.
Next one from Gail S. Hoots. I'm pretty sure I have all that scar tissue right now. Isn't that funny?
There you go. See?
My life has been
woman.
Yeah. My life has been over a decade of emotional trauma. I know I need your services. Well, we're happy to help you whenever you're ready. You can take a look at the personalized treatment and trainings. You can take a look at our courses if you're ever interested in doing it professionally or coming. We have people come and take it just to learn it for their families.
We have people coming every
course.
week. You know,
Yeah.
This afternoon we've got a professional rodeo roper, and he's coming. And he was supposed to once.
Just starting Instagram up again.
Yeah.
There we go.
So, anyway, so this afternoon we have a personal treatment and training coming in, and he's a professional rodeo roper, and he was supposed to have both hips replaced, and they were going to do both hips at once, and he only came here for 4 days, didn't he? And the surgeries are canceled, and he just did a rodeo last weekend, and he did amazing. And anyways, so he's coming back, and he never has to go for surgery. And guess what they told him? When the hips get done, you can no longer be a cowboy.
It's
now
not true.
He gets to get his cowboy on.
Gets to stay a cowboy with some good hips.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeehaw.
That's amazing. Want to see? He's coming in for another treatment, or
Yeah, he'll be here around 2:00.
Amazing.
So he'll be here for about 5 days, and what we'll do is we'll go in and we'll get rid of all these light blockages. Light blockages. So we'll get rid of the physical blocks. Okay? All right? Where you feel stiff, where you feel like, I feel like I'm tied down here, or something's pulling, or I can't play football anymore because I feel like I'm going to tear out, or I'm too weak. Or these are all physical blocks. So we're going to get rid of the physical blocks to allow the light blocks, because the invisible creates the physical. There.
Yeah, and he'll be able to use all the energy medicine, get that microcirculation up. You can be using the Bioptron.
Yeah.
And even in our condo that we have here for personalized trainings, when people come here, we have all the energy medicine equipment to be used in the clinic and in the condo as well. So you're able to use it all night long. After training hours are done.
Yeah, and then people that have larger families that they don't want to fly them all here, or they don't have passports, or Abby or Sage, they fly all over the world, and they go and they do trainings anywhere from 5 to 10 days. It depends on how big the group is, and we teach them everything. Yeah. So.
All right, next question from Beth Rowland. What do I do about negative family members?
Not focus on them. That's it right there. You don't focus on them. And you know you're not going to change them either. And they're not negative, actually. They think you're negative. You're negative, Beth. See, so, my family thought I was negative when I first started to change. You should have saw the name calling, okay? So it's like this. The negativity will last anywhere from a year to 2 years, okay? And they're not negative. Their subconscious has negative beliefs that don't match yours. You think they're negative. But the rest of the family, because usually, trust me, every time somebody says, I've got all these negative family members, it's because you're the only one that is different. So if you're the only one that's different, you're the negative one. Okay? So that's how you look. Even if it's right or wrong, it doesn't matter. They're subconscious. And they'll all get together and go, oh my God, she's into this weird stuff. I'm so worried about her. And actually, they don't realize what's coming out of their mouth is their subconscious is actually speaking. So what I need you to understand, Beth, when you're talking to people and you're trying to show them the way, they want you to get out of the way. Okay? So you're better off to just keep it quiet. Keep it quiet. Look, when I go to a family dinner, they're all talking about somebody with cancer, or somebody's got some kind of illness or disease. And who's the only person that doesn't speak at the table? Me. They wouldn't dare ask me. They already know my opinion, and it doesn't matter, and it doesn't count. So I just sit there and I just love them anyway and enjoy the whole thing. You know what? I love them anyway. I don't have a judgment. Yeah. Understand something. Judgment is a hate program. So judge yourself, judge anyone else. Don't like black people, don't like reds, don't like yellows, don't like Portuguese, don't like curry, whatever. Are you done yet? Are you done? You said you could come down to a planet where there was going to be so many 1,500 different religions, and maybe nobody's right, okay? But you're allowed to come down here and pick any game you want. I'll be this color, I'll be this religion, I'll speak this language, and I'll only eat bananas with Rice Krispies. We all came down to create, okay? And some of us aren't doing a really great job. But remember something, mind your own business. And when they actually see that you're not going to fight with them, squabble. And did you ever notice that every time that you get all caught up, come on, don't you understand? Don't you get what the person's just going to stick their heels in? Because you're not dealing with her heart. You're not dealing with her heart or her spirit. You're dealing with her subconscious. So whatever the prominent beliefs are in your mind, it's either a landmine or it's a beautiful mind. So,
and one thing too, like when it comes to negative people, I know that it feels like it's more difficult to deal with them because they have a different mindset than you. But you have to come to everybody with kindness, and you want to feel good. So it doesn't feel good like giving back what they're giving you. So you want to stay positive. You want to be kind. you don't know, I mean, yes, it's your family, so you know what they've been through, but you still don't understand the personal journey that every single person has gone through.
But
so
when you think you're right, you're making a judgment. And when you think you're right, you're making a judgment.
Yeah.
And even if you are right, and even if you're coming from a beautiful spot, so are they. Until they know better, they're not going to do better.
You have to focus on you. You can't focus on them.
No, love them anyway.
Yeah, let them do what they're doing and love them through it. And eventually, if you're just doing you and you're making these changes and you're having this beautiful life, they might learn something from it. And that's the biggest gift that you can ever give them.
And understand something, you know what? You're not going to like this, but, you know, as you change, you have to leave things behind to pick up new things. So that's
and
also...
the important things always come back.
But that also goes with people. And understand something. There's people in my family that have changed that I never thought they would change. You know, but the reality is take a look at it. I mean, the actual programming is so intense out there. It's so intense that, you know what? I only expect 1 out of 10,000 people to actually, truly realize that they are light energy beings. And I'm okay with that now. I used to have such a hard time with it. And what do I need a headache for?
Yeah.
You know, and I'm going to worry about the suffering of the world when actually we are eternal light beings and we're down here. And you know what? I'm going to have a good time while I'm here, guys. And I'm going to share the good time. And there's going to be a lot of people. How many people do you think watch this show and they think I'm just a crackpot? Quack. Why do you think I say, here's my phone number, call me? Why do you think I say, come on, put your messages on? Because I go and I challenge them. Because if I didn't, they'd be on here leaving really nasty stuff. And because I'm saying, you're not going to bother me. I don't take it personal and I don't need your approval to love myself or to like myself or to have a beautiful day. And I don't need you to change for me either. But you know what? If you're suffering, you might just want to take a look at how you could maybe reduce that.
Thank you so much for your question. Next is from June. I want to know how to detox my skin.
Take it away.
Okay. Well, like we talked about earlier with the psoriasis, the first things first, we want to look at why the skin is having issues. So that comes down to the large intestine being sluggish and it backing up into the liver and the kidneys. So we want to make sure we're cleansing the large intestine, daily cleansing, tea, tummy love, structured water, take a look at the perfect day. Diet has a huge part in skin, as medical doctors will tell you differently, but it does. So cutting out the same things, dairy, gluten, sugars, obviously fruits and stuff are okay. Take a look at the perfect day, like I said, and then some therapies that you can do for your skin to help detox it are dry skin brushing, the cocoa salt glow, Epsom salt scrubs, and you can also do the Epsom salt scrub before you do an infrared sauna, and that's one of the best ways to truly detox everything out of your skin. And then I would also look at doing like the Avicin to boost the microcirculation of the skin and the Bioptron for infusing that light energy.
And just understand, we do everything that we tell you to do. We may not do everything every day, but I try to. I do the Bioptron every day. I do the Avicin every day. I do the pelvic and stretcher every day. You know, this morning I got up. I didn't do skin brushing, but I did Epsom salt glow. She can attest to that. Why?
Yeah, it was
Why?
still in your hair this morning. I thought it was dandruff. I was like, when did that happen? It's not that dry out yet. All right. Next one is from Jennifer. Hi, thinking about purchasing the peppermint oil. I have always purchased Young Living and have never tried yours. My daughter is a dancer and has trouble breathing. And of course, everyone says she needs an inhaler. But of course, I don't want that for her.
Well, get the nebulizer and the silver bullet and the humic fulvic nano drops. But also, guess what? My son, Darrell Wolfe, take a look on YouTube and type in Darrell Wolfe. He is around 27 years old, and he's one of the youngest professional. I mean, he's at the top of his game. He's a choreographer and one of the most professional dancers in North America right now. And I will tell you that Darrell would be out of breath. And because he never knew how to breathe properly. And take a look, and it can be as simple as that. And also, tell her it's okay to fail. Because especially if she's a ballet dancer, you're not allowed to fail. You know, you're practicing one move for even 2 months, trying to practice and get that one move and perfect it. But, you know, don't tell her not to focus on the failure, but to picture herself successful and being the best dancer in the world. You know, bring her light up. But understand, get her breathing. Get her to really do that. Get her to do the belly button before she goes to dance. Get her to do the belly button therapy.
Yeah. And also, don't put too much pressure on her.
Yeah.
Go easy on her. Tell her she's doing awesome, because she is. And she's doing the best that she can. So that's really important. And then the nebulizer. And you asked if the peppermint seems to help, or the peppermint seems to help if she puts some on her tongue. Is yours safe for that? Yes.
Oh my gosh, yes. And guess what? The peppermint's really going to help if you put it on her feet. Remember something. Oh my gosh, here it goes.
Even a little bit on the chest.
Why does peppermint work so well for people, especially if it's pure and concentrated, and ours is? Because it's light energy. Essential oils have more light energy in them than any other concentrated food. And that's why light energy. Can you get this? That's why cooked food doesn't have as much as a salad. That's why a donut doesn't have as much as cooked food. All right? So everything has light in it. But how much light? Well, a donut doesn't have any light. It just has a hole.
And also with the peppermint oil, what's really nice is if you rub it in your hands and then breathe it in, like, and that just gets straight into the lungs. It feels absolutely amazing.
Yeah, and just one drop. And then she can take it and then rub, well, actually do one drop like this if it's too strong. Rub it on the back of her occiput. And then slowly, if it's too strong, don't go too close. Take it, come a little closer, just what she feels she can take, because you're taking in essential oil ions, which are what? Light molecules. That dang light thing.
That light just keeps creeping in.
Yeah.
All right, next one from Carmen from YouTube. You have any remedy for Epstein-Barr virus and mercury in the blood? Thank you. You guys are awesome.
Well, I'll let you take care of this, but on the other side. But again, what did I say? Forgiveness. Getting rid of guilt, getting rid of anger, total forgiveness. It'll flush right out. But go ahead and tell her how to do it physically.
Yeah. Of course, foundational things. Perfect Day, Braveheart Way. And just going to set that down for a second. I'm a hand talker. Structured water. Want to do cleansing, daily cleansing tea, tummy love. Because it is a virus that we're looking at, I'd highly recommend doing the humic acid concentrate as well as the black gold. So black
and the tummy love to really infuse that into that large intestine.
Yeah.
That's the foothold.
Yeah.
That's the foothold.
The humic acid concentrate, tummy love, those just go in your water. The black gold in your smoothies.
Or in your coffee.
Yeah, and the humic acid, what it does is it wraps it pulls viruses out of the system, but then it also wraps the cell in a prophylactic coating so the receptor sites can't get reattached to. So really effective for any virus, and it wipes out like any invaders in the system. And then for the mercury in the blood, you'd want to take a look at the fulvic acid concentrate for any heavy metals. That's your best bet. And look at doing coffee enemas, the ultimate coffee enema, and even fasting would be great.
Of course it would. Anything that's going to lighten the load.
Yeah. And the Avicin too for the microcirculation, of course, always. Yes. Next up from Honey Rosie 01 from Instagram. Why don't you guys talk about exercise? We haven't had a question, so now we do.
Well, we're going to show our exercises, but our exercises are rebounding, core twisting, foam rolling, but guess what? We're going to show you exercise where you're not even moving and it'll outdo. Okay, first of all, our pelvic expansion that we're going to be showing, expander, when we show you that, you're not even moving, and it's going to be more powerful than a 45-minute yoga session, okay? And then we're going to show you a couple of other moves that I promise you will outdo all the other exercises. Did you ever notice something? Why are we always in a hurry? And everything's got to be fast, and everything's got to be hard, right? You know what? We need to slow down, conserve energy, and we need to lighten up, and we need to untie the knots in the body. Everything is about contraction today and restriction, isn't it? Tell me that. Everybody blows out. You know what? More people get injured going to the gym than those who don't go to the gym. So what's your point? What's your point? So exercise, the best thing you could ever do is exercise your mind and erase dysfunctional beliefs and get in functional ones. And then for exercise, like I said, the next exercise would be learning how to breathe. That's the next exercise. The next exercise would be learning how to create the perfect day from the minute you wake up until you go to bed. And that person's going to be better even if they never did any exercise in their life. They are going to live longer and they are going to be happier. And that's the reality. But I'm not telling you not to exercise, so.
Yeah. But the thing is too, the breathing, that is the most important part, because we actually lose the weight that we're trying to lose through our breath. That's how it actually works. So the better you're breathing, the healthier and the more fit you're going to be. And that's why it's so important, even if you are doing workouts at the gym. Like I do love going to the gym. I haven't been in a while especially because of the car accident. So I'll do weights though, but I used to try to up my game, and I was like, this is crazy. What am I doing? So I just do light weights. I put my mind in my muscle and I'm breathing the whole time, foam rolling before and after every single weight. If I'm lifting weights, I'm foam rolling every single time before and after, and stretching for at least 15 to 20 minutes after I work out too. So if you're gonna do weights, you want to make sure that you're doing it properly. You're breathing, you're lifting them properly, using your legs, not using your waist. Like you don't want to ever lift from your waist. The best things would be to do the light weights on the rebounder though. Best thing you could ever do. You're getting cardiovascular workout, strengthening,
core twisting,
and it's an aerobic workout, so it's actually creating more oxygen in your body as opposed to any other type of workout that's more contractual, and it's creating an anaerobic state in the body. So.
And we're going to show you what our full routine is. We're going to professionally video it, put it up online, and do it. And like I said, we'd rather do it right than just go throwing stuff out there. It just creates a lot of questions and a lot of confusion.
Totally.
But understand something. I want you to exercise your light body, and I want you to not to focus on your physical body so much. And then guess what? Tell me that the time that you spent on your light body was not worth it, because you will have the body you want faster if you learn how to blend the two. Okay?
Another thing to do before you work out, belly button therapy.
Oh, yeah.
Have a way better exercise.
Way better.
And also the core twisting.
Well, if you could do the pelvic expander, and you could do the belly button therapy, and then you could do the pelvic squat, and just to open things up, you're going to find out that you've never had a workout like that. But like I said, I don't want to keep talking about it, because then they're just going to...
Yeah. But the core twister is also amazing. I was just going to say, because it helps with detoxing out all your organs.
Yeah,
but
twist
it
it
also
out.
gives you like the best abs of your life.
That's right.
So those are our ways. Paulina Santos. Hi, Darrell and Abby. Hi.
Hi, Paulina.
Forever Katie K. Any suggestions for breastfeeding moms?
Well, just know that all the thoughts that you take in, all the food you take in, and all the liquids you take in, your baby takes in. And the biggest thing I can tell you as a mom is make sure that the father is going to listen to this, and that he needs to totally love mom, caress her, and he needs to say beautiful things, and he needs to be so supportive so that the baby is not scared to come out. Okay? You know what? Some children are born with a hole in their heart. You think about that. All right? You think about what happens. You know, I'm going to tell you something. You get more education in school about the silliest things. Nobody's taught anything about how they need to treat the woman that's pregnant. The men they're not taught anything. They're taught that they're allowed to worry about the finances. Why are we having the baby now? Oh my God. I'm going to tell you something. The whole thing is set up for disaster. So that's why we created the protocol. And we have a system called the perfect pain-free pregnancy. And we're talking about emotionally and physically. And we teach the husband how to make sure that that happens for the wife. Now, that's the way to do it. But the reality is he's got this, right? He's got this like every other guy. And the thing is that, you know, the women, you bring life into the world and you have to carry the baby for 9 months. Mm-hmm. Guys, really, your job is over in how long? And then what? Then what's your purpose? Right? Your purpose is to make sure that she feels safe and the baby feels safe.
Again, we come back to men protecting their families.
And you are the hero, not the zero. Okay. And you know what? I mean it. Because you guys are making a hell of a mess out there. Okay.
All right. Thank you so much. And next one is from Iris. How to regulate menstrual cycle. Thank you for the brave heart. You're welcome. For your menstrual cycle.
We did discuss it earlier.
Yeah. Was that about regulating with hormones?
Well, it was hormones and it was hot flashes.
It's very similar. You really need to look at your diet, your activity level, your water intake, and then to balance hormones for products, the humic acid concentrate, Divine Vine, and Rosiva. We don't have the Rosiva on the website. You can call in if it is something that you want to give it a shot. That regulated my cycle really, really well when I went off birth control pill. But I take it still. Occasionally I'm trying to wean off just to be on the humic and the Divine Vine, but trying to lessen the product intake. All right, next one from Judy. Hi, light man and light woman. You make me smile. We love you, Judy.
Hey, Judy. Love you.
Next one from Brent.
Hey, Judy, we'll see you. I guess the next time we'll see you will be in Texas?
Yeah, in February.
February for the combined course there. So anybody wants to go to Texas in February and join us for 3 weeks or even just part of the course, check it out at itioh.com.
We'd love to see you there.
Love to see you, Judy.
I like this one. Next one from Brent. I am Marigen man.
Good for you. You know what, everybody? I want you to have the most fun with yourself today that you've ever had in your whole life. There's the challenge. I want you to be so childish and loving to yourself, and I want you to show me and show yourself that those things that used to bother you are just like
nothing.
3, 2, 1, I got this.
All right. Thank you so much, Brent. And Joe says, if we get a structured water unit, do we also have to have a filter, or does the structured unit also filter?
Okay. So listen, being light man, I understand that structured water will protect me once it's structured and I don't filter. I don't have to filter. I'm not telling you to do that. Wherever your beliefs lie that you can feel comfortable and safe, okay? But look at the Dr. Pollack, okay, which is he's known as the Einstein of water today. He says fourth phase water does not need to be filtered, all right? And that's structured water. But I'm telling you to structure the water. Don't just do anything half-cocked, because I don't need your family going, you're following that crackpot. Well, you know what? So just structure the water, filter it, but then structure it, because nothing structures. And structure is about getting rid of the surface tension so that it makes it into a single cell molecule going in like a choo-choo train. It's called an aquaporin in every cell, so it hydrates a lot easier, so you'll get the nutrition in easier and you'll get the toxins out. And guess what? Go ahead and filter. I don't care. I got a $10,000 unit and it's got 22 filtering systems. Well, that's really great, but guess what? All the frequencies are still in it. You ever hear of homeopathics? So now you've got all the frequencies of everyone who drank it. You've got the frequencies of it being in the sewer. You've got the frequencies of all the drugs that have ever been in it. Unless it goes up and becomes rain, because God was not stupid. All rain is structured. That's why people used to drink rainwater, because it wouldn't poison them. Do you get that? So they knew they could drink rainwater, it wouldn't poison them, even if there was poisons in the water. So, but I'm not telling you not to do it, because you know what? Dr. Wolfe, I have to return this because my husband doesn't believe that it takes anything out. I mean, and it doesn't take anything out. It converts the frequency, okay? It changes things, okay? So remember what I said? The invisible creates the physical. And the invisible can change the physical. Okay, and I don't expect anybody to get that. It's hard to wrap your head around it. You got to be brainwashed first. Okay.
That's why we do these Q&As.
That's it. Is it working? I don't know.
I think we're doing our job.
Okay, all right.
Okay, next one is from Roxy Girl. H. pylori, Campylobacter pylori. I haven't heard of that one. How to get rid of it.
Okay, first of all, you're going to see that there's going to be so many new bacterias with so many new names that you won't even be able to say because you're too stupid to get rid of it. How do you feel now? Well, that's how I feel. I don't even know what she said. Yeah, I do. I know part of it, but it's always going to change. There's going to be new drugs. There's going to be new bacteria. There's going to be new viruses, and you're not dumb. It's just a big game. It's called the shell game. Okay, where is it now? Try to find it now. Try to find it now. Bring up the vibration. So the reality is that let's bring the vaginal tissue so healthy that anything that is a parasite, which is that, packs up and leaves because it can't even stay there. The vibration's too high, which means that you're going to physically and emotionally work on this. And we've already talked about it.
Totally. And again, just think of that light energy being there, that transformative meditation where you infuse that area with the light.
It's true.
Because it'll have to leave. It's like a cave.
You know what? It's going to take you guys a while, but just keep on joining us here, and eventually you're going to love yourself. You're going to understand that you are the light of your world, that you bring light to the world. And guess what? Okay? Whether you're talking about Jesus or Buddha or Krishna, you always saw this light ball around them. I have the same light ball. Okay?
And so do you.
I am not the same person either. Like, I'm not a superstar like these guys, but I'm working on it, doing my best, and you do your best. And love yourself and know that you are a child of God. You are spirit. Okay? You are not unworthy. Okay? You deserve everything. So honor that today. Okay.
And again, from Roxy Girl, can you get to a point of where your mind can make you very healthy no matter the physical environment you are in?
I just answered that. Okay? I'm a psychic.
You must have looked at these before.
I did.
Studied them.
No. Do I have time?
No, you definitely
I don't.
Next one is from Steve Mark. So we already talked about the hair transplant, but he's just asking, would plasma injections on head skin? So if you mean PRP with the microneedling, I have heard it works. I've never actually seen somebody who's had it, but I know a doctor in town here who does it, and he's had really good results with it.
What if you were to do that and do all this other stuff?
Yeah.
Wow. You'd be Goldilocks.
Yeah. The thing is, well, speaking of gold, so they call PRP liquid gold because it's light energy. It's actually your light of your blood that they're putting onto your scalp, or they do it on your face. I've had vampire facials where they do it on your face. It's amazing. So that's why it's healing so much, is because it's actually bringing that light right to the source.
Everything's about the light, okay? All right?
Next one is from Iris. How much is a consultation with Dr. Darrell Wolfe? I have some chronic issues.
Okay, a consultation with me is $350 US. And then what happens is we tape the audio. We send you the audio. And then you have the availability, and I know you're not going to believe it, to call me as often as you want. And I'll always call you that day, won't I? Mm-hmm. I'll call you that day. That's where we are, and that's what I'm doing, and that's what we'll continue to do. So you got to ask yourself, is it worth $350 to have me on your staff? That's it. And then when I can't, if something happens, you've got Abby. If you don't have Abby, you've got Sarah. If you don't have Sarah, you have Lindsay. So understand something. We got you.
Yeah, definitely.
We got you.
We got you.
Okay.
Sherry, how do we get rid of boils appearing on the body?
Well, boils, you're bubbling over with pus.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's gotten under your skin? But also, we're not just talking about a pimple. We're talking about a fever state. So what are you ready to blow up with? What's been getting under your skin? Who is just making you feel so, yeah. But understand something. You better look at those bowels because,
it's the same things that apply what we talked about with the skin earlier. All skin conditions. large intestine, leaking over to the liver, kidneys, and then onto the skin.
Yeah, a boil is just a storage shed because you are mega pus maker. Mm-hmm. Okay, now why are you doing that? Well, there's mega inflammation, but there's also what's boiling in you. Wow, you know what I mean? What's boiling? And it may not even be another person. It could be something about yourself that you've judged too harshly. Well, for one thing, I never judge myself. I observe. You know, I used to call myself stupid when I was younger, all the time. And my father used to call me stupid. Don't be so stupid. So I would always call myself stupid. I left that a long time ago, a quarter of a century ago. There was no more stupids. Because every time that you call yourself stupid, you're unworthy of healing. Remember that.
And next one is from Katia. Thank you for the Healthy to 100 book. Just got it today. How do you recommend using the Healthy Mouth essential oil? Should I dilute it in water or use it with coconut oil?
And just so everybody knows, you see the book behind me, Healthy to 100? All you got to do is call up and we'll send it out to you, and you just pay the shipping. Okay? It's yours. All right?
Yeah, so for the Healthy Mouth, you can use it straight in your mouth, or you can do it with coconut oil while you do your oil pulling. I also recommend even doing it with silver and then using that as a mouthwash. So it would be like the Healthy Mouth silver mouthwash. And you can even pull with that. So you can swish it around your mouth for like 10 minutes if you wanted to, and it's going to help to pull out a lot of gunk.
See, I couldn't do it for 10 minutes.
No? I can do it. When you get into it, you could do it for 10 minutes.
No, but I could see you doing it. I'm just letting you know that out there, okay? She can do it. I can't do it. So if you can't do it, don't be hard on yourself.
Yeah. Do it in the shower. Do it try to make the most of your time while you do it.
Yeah, I'm like 1 minute man.
1 minute man. Light man, one minute man. Okay. Next one is from Christine Bradley. Do you need anaerobic exercise, building up a sweat exercise to help, say, for example, microcirculation to help hair growth?
For hair growth?
Anaerobic exercise, anaerobic exercises, you're going to sweat for sure. You're going to sweat with aerobic exercises as well. But anaerobic exercises will actually lower your microcirculation and your oxygen levels because it's creating that anaerobic state. We want an aerobic state where there's more oxygen and life in the area. So you would increase your microcirculation more with like rebounding and the core twisting and those exercises. And even cardio, some types of cardio.
Bursting.
Yeah, hit training.
Yeah. Or yeah, hit training, bursting.
Yeah, where you do you would do there's different ways to do hit. You can do like the 2 minutes high intensity interval training. So yeah, it's like 2 minutes fast, 1 minute slow.
Okay, hold on. That's for Joe Jock.
Yeah.
Start slow. So, you might want to do 1 minute every 5 minutes when you start. Okay, and let yourself get your breath. And then it depends on what you're doing. I'll do it on the rebounder. Mm-hmm. So I'll really go for it on the rebounder. Okay, and I won't use too heavy of weights because I don't want to pull anything out when I'm doing.
You just need even 2 pounds.
No, yeah, really light weights. So with bursting exercises, low weight, light weight, okay? And allow yourself to recover and feel you're ready for the next 1 minute. Do not meet anybody's schedule here because I'm going to tell you something. The exercise world is the terrorist world. Everybody push hard, push hard, push hard. Work through the pain, rip this, tear that. It brings a lot of business in for us, and it really sells a lot of canes and walkers and wheelchairs later. Okay.
That's right. So keep going to the gym, everybody.
That's right.
Just
No, we're not in the walker business.
No, to fix you with the deep tissue. I was just kidding, though. No, do what we say. Don't do that. That was our last question.
No, there you go.
There we go. So we're all done. We won't be back until
2 weeks today.
2 weeks from today.
Yeah. So we will still take your questions. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I'll still be doing one-a-days when I can. And I'm going to try to do some really good informative ones, like ones that really stir you up a little bit. And we'll be doing that throughout. We're still having our Wednesday shows go on. We'll still be doing our Wednesday shows. We just can't pull it all off.
Yeah.
Because we have some huge projects going on, okay? Like we're rebuilding our manuals for our trainings, right? And
our video shooting for all of the therapies that we want to show you guys
we're
how
shooting.
to do.
Oh my gosh, we're shooting 25 different videos where we're going to show you on. Let's say we take the knee. We're going to talk about what the medical system believes it's how it creates knee problems, how they're created. We're going to tell how we do. We're going to talk about what they would do. We're going to talk about what we do. We're going to talk about what they tell you to do, and we're going to tell you what we would tell you to do without judgment.
Mm-hmm.
We're just
straight facts.
Straight facts. There's no judgment here. And then we're going to do all that, and we're going to go through the whole body system. And you're going to be able to go on to any video in our library, and you're going to go, okay, hip problem. And it's going to be boom, 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 boom. You're going to go, great. Now the doctor's going to do this. They're going to do that. I'm going to opt for both. I'm going to opt for them or them. Mm-hmm. So you have a choice because that's what life is. But we want to make sure that you have a choice because you've never had a choice. And this is why we're doing these videos. Mm-hmm. We want to make sure that you have a choice of at least saying, I want to become light man, right?
Light woman.
That's right. And be the master of your day from the minute the light comes up until the light goes down. All right? So I think that's about it, isn't it?
I think that wraps it up for today. So you guys have a really great week and a week tomorrow, and we will be back with you in 2 weeks from today.
And just so you know, the Kelowna course, which happens November 2nd, is almost full. We've got 3 spots left. All right? So if anybody wants to bring their game up, or if they want to come and just master their life so they can show their family, you know where we are. God bless, and turn that dimmer switcher right up, okay?
All the way up.
Okay? And do you know why? Because light is at the very source of life. God bless.
Have a great day, everybody.
Bye now. If you're looking for life-saving and life-changing information, well, you've come to the right place. Don't forget to click and subscribe. Stay connected.